Hello everyone. Okay, this video will be coming a lot earlier than usual. Why? It's the week and I'm kind of bored, so I decided to do a video early. Now, this will be part 2 of What If Deku Was Solo Leveling. Now, out of all my series, I like this one the most. Why? Well, Sunjin Woo, the swagger that he always has on. How he always look intimidating for some goddamn reason. And plus, I kind of like this series, so I'm gonna do a part 2. But yes, other videos will be coming out. Don't worry today. I'm uploading maybe I'll record another video after this. Maybe 4 videos will come out, or just 3. I don't know. But yeah, it depends on how well you guys like, or if you guys like, and all that. Or I might just do it for fun. I don't know. Okay, now I do not own any of these pictures, anything in the background. I'm not in league with anyone in this video. I have no sponsorship, and if you see anything, I'm not in league with them either. Now that's out of the way, let's get into the story. Where we left off was Deku, doing the whole test with Aizawa. Now, if you want to find how I did that, go to the previous episode before. Now, he would have obviously finished this, and, their school day would have ended. Eventually, and Deku and Ryuku would have, which is the ship, gone, out of the school together. Now, people were curious, so they were dead-eyeing, and, Izuku, and, yeah, he did say, I just forgot her name. I just said her name, and I just forgot her name. Yeah, Ryuku. Ryuku does call him, Izuku, but, so which means Baku's wait, could it be Izuku Midoriya? Deku? Deku! But he just knows the first name, so he's not trying to make a whole thing and then get him shut down, which then hearing the name of some sort of different last name. But, it is Izuku Midoriya. Now, they would be gone, the day would end and they would be going to the train station and getting on. Now, at that, everyone was dead-eyeing Ryuku. Now, it would mainly be boys. Now, Dak would, not Ryuku not knowing this, but proceeding to bloodlust every single guy. Not girls, he's a gentleman, but all the guys. Now, one guy, Monoma, just fainted. Yeah. Another guy just oh shit, we don't need to fuck with him. Don't fuck with him. No, no, no. And yeah. With Ryuku looking over saying, what are you doing? Him immediately turning his power off and saying, oh, nothing, don't worry. Don't worry about it. The next preceding week would have gone by. Now, while that week is going by, I will explain some things. Now, Deku is in that 1 week, he has trained more, so for plot, I'll say he's at the whole when he was facing that big ant guy. The one that tried killing him. It was off the coast of Japan, or I forget the name. It's not I forget the what it's called, but never mind. But off the coast of their island or their country, there's an island. There was a big event of another arc in the story of Solo Leveling. Where they kind of took down ants. Now he's at that strength at that point, because he had a full year of doing that, and yeah, it took I don't think Sunjin Woo was the story comprised around it in full I think maybe at 1 year, so he might even be stronger. But I'm just gonna, if he is, I'll debuff him to the point of that extent. So, you all know what's gonna happen. 1 week does pass by, and Riku and him do explain more of the relationship, saying that how he made, and all the girls thinking, "Oh, that's so romantic." With Minna saying, "How is that romantic? He was homeless, and she wanted to see who was in her whole building." And Deku saying, "So, I think she has that amount of right to see who stayed in the building that, well, someone was using to sleep in for about a year." Which everyone looks at Ryuko saying, "So he stayed in there for a year, and you didn't know about it?" And then she proceeds to say, "I only found out on a saying the day, and on that on the day that he left that building, and two, I've only owned it for about 3 months at this point, because it has been a full month. Or no, I don't. No, about 3 months, 3 or 4 months by now." And her saying that she only found out about that on the second month. So they'll be like, "Yeah, okay, but still, how do you not find that out?" But yeah, now, well, um, I, I guess they would just more or less. Aizawa would come into the classroom and just state like, "Get off your ass, little shits. We're going to the USJ," and then proceeds to explain. Yeah, Ida's getting a kick out of all this, but he can't do nothing. Because when Eri says, "You shouldn't be doing this," he proceeds to get shut down in the most badass way of Aizawa talking, saying, "I don't care, I'm the teacher, you're the student," and several other different things, which I've heard Ida's pride, so he's not going to be the whole follow the rules no matter what. So, yeah. Now, as you can obviously note, I'm doing the USJ event first and, well, 1v1s. Why? I would like to put on a demonstration, so everyone knows they should fear Deku. Yes. So there's actually a reason why I'm doing this first, and I'm not just saying this because I forgot. So, yeah. Now, they would have obviously gone on the whole bus, and, well, Deku explained more of his power. And he does explain what level he's at, which amounts drops every single person, except for Bakugo, Todoroki, and Ryuku. Or Ryuku. Why? Old Deku already told her. Shoto still thinks he's better than anyone. Bakugo is like, yeah, he's doing the whole almost unleash hell thing. So yeah, now Deku would have, or they all, I should say all of them, they all would have gone to the USJ with 13 meeting up with them. Her saying, "Oh, hi, Ryuku. It's been a little bit. Or it's been a couple months." And, well, Ryuku said, "Oh, hi, 13. Yeah, it's been a while." They would proceed to talk. And then, well, when everyone does get off the bus, 13 just says, "Alright, gotta do my job." Ryuko always understanding and saying, "Okay, have fun." And, well, yeah. Everyone, now Deku would have gone off the bus as everyone else would. Now, Deku would be wearing, well, he wouldn't be wearing this. He would be wearing this at the moment. Now, instead of the whole purple aura, he has the blue aura. And a more fire-looking preference. Or, like if you've ever seen in the anime, how you have those, like, wind, how it goes in, like, a curved shape. It's kind of like that coming off his body. And, well, yeah. But that's if he's, like, unleashing his power and bloodlust. Other than that, no, it looks just like imagine this with his out purple aura and the purple eye would turn back to blue. Like that. So, yeah. He would be wearing this, getting off the bus. Now, well, they would most of them have their hero suits by then, but what should I do? I'm not sure. I'll just say this is Deku. He has like a, I'll say just Deku has a jacket over this. It's basically this jacket, but it's still in the bus, and he really didn't care if he would put it on, because he didn't want to, well, screw up the drip. Ryuko would have seen him and slightly look away, blushing. The Mina would have gone to Ryuko, nudging her with her elbow, saying, "Aw, aren't you a cute couple?" Her proceeding to say, "Alright, that's enough. Get back in line." Mina would have done so with a big grin on her face. Because, well, when she said that, Ryuko kind of blushed even more. Deku would have asked if she's okay with her, well, getting control of her emotions back, saying she's fine. And now, well, 13 would have obviously let them inside, explaining how quirks are good, and all quirks are good, it just depends on how you use them. And, well, now, Deku would have the whole, okay, I should explain his abilities. He has every single ability that goes from the beginning to the whole end. So he has the whole invisibility, the telekinesis, bloodlust, and everything like other ones. Now I should explain something I'm giving him. I should explain the beginning, but I'll explain now. Its new thing is called skill. Now everything's equal to about 300 now. So so everything 300. Now, skill would be more or less how skillful he could use a blade. So it could be, say he's a beginner, so if a non-experienced person had the whole skill ability, and they would level it up, they would turn them into a decent fighter, like they know the moves, it's just that you need like actual fighting experience. To the equivalent, if you level it enough, to a Grand Knight. Yeah, it's basically that. Or if you want to talk about bows, how far you can shoot a bow or how skillful you can shoot it. Or with, I don't know. It works on guns. It works on everything, but, well, he does not have guns, so, yeah. So, yeah. Or how much you can aim, and that, like such. So it's not per se, it's like a passive ability. It's always on. So, yeah. Now, well, Kirishima would have said, "Look, guys, we're gonna fake villains." Deku, well, realizing what he was sensing before, looking over and seeing Shigaraki, then everyone else. Ryuko and 13 and Aizawa, looking at the villains, with Ryuko saying, "Protect the kid," and a big boom. Now, where Deku was, there would be a small footstep of a crater. Not a big one, but it's like the ground cracked a bit. And you just hear, where's it coming from? Who the hell? Which they aren't dying, but they're still getting, well, cut by blades. So, yeah. Now we would skip back to Deku, well, how he would be seeing this. He would have seen the villains activating stealth. Him launching himself out, getting in front of a guy, proceeding to punch him. Then, well, proceeding next to summon his 2 blades and inflict lots of damage on them. So, yeah. Now, I'd say Deku gets around 50%, well, then Shigaraki does the whole, "Stop cheating, you cheater. And he does teleport everyone away, except for Aizawa, 13, and Deku. With why? Well, 13 canceled the portal out with her which also protected Aizawa. Ryuko literally just dodged out the way because she was kind of in her somewhat of a dragon form, to the point where she can actually fly, but not as like full dragon form. And Deku, well, he literally just sidestepped it. Yeah, there's not much I could say about that. And he does start to itch his neck. Shigaraki, I just said that before. Shigaraki does proceed to scratch his neck, saying, "You cheater, you cheater. Korigiri, bring out the Nomu." He does. The Nomu, well, looking like he's dead. Now, a eyebrow is raised by Deku, saying, "What the hell's that?" In a cold tone, that will send shivers down anyone's back, except for Ryuko. Now, getting the shivers, Shigaraki proceeds to say, "Kill him." Now, Nomu, in his blind rage state, if you can call it that, or just his mindless state, launches himself at Deku. Now, the equivalent of force of that would have been quite strong. But to the point of Deku did not even move, yeah. A fist was raised. The fist came down, and a big boom happened. All you see was smoke, and when that clears, Deku with a cut lip, or with him just spitting out some blood, stating, "Is that all you got?" And does his own punch, which square in the chest of the Nomu, literally making a hole out of the impact. Then proceeding to make so much wind pressure that it literally yeets him inside. He goes flying past the USJ, goes to the end of that USJ area. Break, and this is very big, so that area is not the only one. Proceeds to go through a wall, which then goes to another wall, proceeding to another area of the USJ. And then he goes through another wall, another one, and he's like, after he does stop going through walls, he does, still following the orders of Shigaraki, launches at Deku. And when he was crashing to the walls, he did get some damage, though it did take him a second to regenerate. But he did. Now, Deku would proceed to take out one of his knight's blade, decapitating the Nomu, stating that this thing's not alive, or you guys are just controlling it, so proceeds to cut the head off. Now, its head would have, made a little bang, or somewhat of a sound, like if you had a body hit the floor. And then the body would have just gone forward, about to go in Deku. Now, Deku would have just backstepped towards where the head was. It literally just saw it. You could or he decapitated the head, and you could see the inside part. It just fell on him with a big sploot, which blood spilling on Deku's face. Deku starting to emit his aura, the blue aura. So just imagine the blue aura instead of the purple aura in this. Him proceeding to walk, and walk, and walk, with Shigaraki being terrified for his life, because he just made the Nomu look like a rag doll. And yeah, he's like, "Korigiri, get us out of here." And he does get them out of there, but Shigaraki still gets, brat from Snipe. Now, they would have found out that the Nomu was not alive, and Deku did confirm that, saying it was also being mind controlled and had different quirks. Because, if that Nomu would have not had, the whole, let's just say, impact, or the whole, blunt force trauma, or not the blunt force trauma, the, what's it called? What's that quirk? Shock absorption. Oh, that would have been this Nomu. It would have gone higher if than Almighty did the United States of Smash. Let's just say that. Yeah. We would basically see a Nomu on the planet, on the moon. But seeing he had the shock absorption, which is actually a fairly good quirk if you really think about it, does help. So well, I'm not saying he was completely immune to this, but it took the majority of the whole blunt force. Seeing Deku, excuse me, just punched him. So yeah, but seeing its shock absorption, it doesn't count towards sharp objects. Why is decapitation worked? And yeah, and so yeah. Now, Ryuku would have tossed him after that well a towel, and he would, well, more or less, clean his face off, taking the blood off. Now everyone's like, got in there at that point and just decapitated, well, head of the Nomu on the ground, which some heroes are trying to live the actual body. And they just see villains crying out in pain when, well, and yeah. So they're like, what the hell happened here? But they weren't allowed to see the recording of the whole USJ event. Because they were recording, it's just like they couldn't, the alarms were off, so yeah. And well, yeah, basically that. Now, well, Deku would have, well, been asked several questions because he needs to being asked questions because, well, the police. Now, he would have, well, gone home that day. And Ryuko would have been right beside him asking if he's okay. Him looking at his hand saying he's fine, it's just her proceeding to hug him and saying it's fine. And you were better than me for my first villain experience. Him saying, really, what'd you do? Her saying she, well, proceeding to remember. And yeah, it wasn't pleasant. She almost got knocked out and taken villain, or taken captured. Saying that she almost got taken captured if it wasn't for another pro hero that was with her. Him just saying, oh, alright. And, well, saying that I could take you captured. And they would proceed to go to the bedroom. Now, obviously, Deku's pull-out game is very strong, so, no kids yet. Now, Ryuku have several calls, one from Minazawa, to ask her where is she, and he does need to ask a favor now. Deku would have answered saying it's him, and saying that she is sleeping at the moment. Him saying if you can wake her up. Now, him looking over at the naked body of Ryuku, passed out and not gonna wake up anytime soon, saying that's gonna be hard, and him asking what did you do to her in a demanding tone. Him proceeding to say, oh, nothing much, and then proceeds to hang up. Him not wanting to get in a fight with Aizawa. Aizawa was like, I swear to God, if he had such, I'm gonna motherfucking kill him. So, yeah. But then you realize he has a good shoulder, so it's not like he would get Ryuku pregnant, so he's not concerned about the old ad, but he's more like, they did it. Okay, also, yeah. But anyways, so, yeah, now, well, Deku would have gone the next day. Now, the next day would have entailed of them having a regular day with actually them, well, picking out who's the president, vice president of the class. Now, well, Deku obviously being there, the smartest. Because, well, even when he's not the smartest, he could just level his points up because he has like 50 spare points, so imagine another 50 points in smart, or in like smart, how smart he can be. So, yeah, he could probably be smarter than everyone in a matter of time. And also, he's probably the most strongest out of everyone, so yeah. And, well, they would have asked who did this, but which Aizawa did say that it is slightly classified, but who did it was pointing at Deku. So they think, oh, okay, president. Now, vice president would have been Momo with Ida thinking his head saying, I'm a 10 Ida. I should be the or I should be the president, not this wannabe. But then proceeding to realize what he did the day before. And he's like scared of his mind saying, what if I had to fight him And then, but he said that out loud, which then tells everyone to think, oh shit, what do we have to fight him? And yeah, Bakugan, though some people are confident in their abilities, so they realize they might be able to put up a fight, but they realize they're not winning to Deku anytime soon, unless they get stronger. But Deku's gonna have that good game of always winning. So yeah, helps of having solo leveling and a leveling system. So yeah, now Deku would have what should I do? Oh, I got an idea. He would more or less accepted the proposition, being more confident in himself, seeing he's not the Deku we know. He's more confident because he can not tolerate, but he can handle women and not the whole blushing of all like the whole blushing and different things like that. He has confidence in himself, and yeah, so he wouldn't just give the whole thing to Ida. So yeah, now he and yeah now they would also explain their hero costumes of they would all starting up a conversation of hero costumes. Now they would ask Deku why does he just have some jeans and a nice shirt, a nice dress-up shirt. Him stating that his quirk has an inventory and he can just put stuff in it, which does is quite cool thing. Oh, so it's kind of like a full RPG kind of thing, Deku? Kirishima would say. Deku saying, yes, I have an inventory, so I can just put stuff in there. So, if I need to, I can literally just grab something like a first aid kit or something like that that I put in my inventory. And they do ask of how big its inventory is. Now, I'm not going to make it infinite. I'm just going to say it can hold about 150 items. And he can stack as many items as he wants together. So it's like in Minecraft, you can stack like 64. He can just stack as much as he wants. Because I don't want his full inventory just being brought out by just, just junk, stuff like that. But he also can sell stuff for money, so yeah. And that night, Deku would have asked Ryuku to come with him. Now, they would have been at home, and she would have, taken her hand and does say shop. Now, Ryuku would have seen, if you ever seen, the whole Matrix, how they have all those gun singles like that, but just blades, and they have price tags on them. Now, she would have been, whoa, what's this? Him saying he needs kind of help finding a new type of blade, saying the durability on my two blades are going to go down, or going to break, or my blades are going to break since seeing the durability. And yeah, she does know game, but I think everyone would know games at that point because they have all played it in like the past. Even if they have a minimal, she would know like what durability is, and she would know like nothing's like infinite, so she would understand. So they do pick out the two demon, the two blades he has in solo leveling, and Deku would have given her a long sword that has the symbol of a dragon on the bottom. And but she wouldn't know this because or no, she would know this because Deku gave it to her and saying Pat, and he did toss it to her, and she does ask what's this. Him saying he got it for her. Now, she would have said, I don't use swords. Him saying, it's always good to have one. And she does get a sheath, a pretty good sheath, and yeah, and a whole not belt, but yeah. Now, it's more or less he just gave it to her so when she's not in her dragon form, she can use it because he realizes that she can use her quirk to the full extent if she's in a building or in a closed area. So yeah, and he does explain this, and she does realize that yes, her quirk does not really is powerful in close situations, a like how a sword would be better. So she does obviously accept it, and yeah, now one more week does pass by, but the whole USA event, calming down, but still roars of uproars are still happening, but it's lower down and lowered. So yeah, now Deku would have got informed that they're doing a hero versus villain test before by Ryuku that morning. And he would have been okay about it, not really caring. And yeah, he did say to Ryuku that he will put on a show for her blushing, saying, you don't need to, it's fine. And I'm saying it's whatever. And just go out. Now, they would go out with Ryuku more or less putting on her hero costume and him putting on a UA uniform. With it being always the most swagger out of everyone else. Now, yeah. He has the most drip out of everyone else. Now, Deku would have gotten there and they would have been informed that they're doing a hero vs. villains test. Now, everyone that wanted to fight Deku left. They were like, oh, fuck no, this. But they were forced to do it, and this was told to them before. But Deku was told that he shouldn't go full out. Deku proceeded to ask, so how powerful should I go? Like, what percentage? Him proceeding to say 50%. And Deku saying, alright. And yeah. And, well, All Might would have come in and saying, oh, I am here. And taking them towards the whole, well, what's it called? The hero versus test area. With also Ryuku and Aizawa. Or, no, not Aizawa, just Ryuku and him. Since she is the assistant teacher for class 1A. So, yeah, she's more or less just stuck with 1A. So, yeah. So, it doesn't matter as long, even if a teacher just switch with another teacher, she'll be under that teacher. So, yeah. On my meeting Deku for the first time. Or did I make him meet before? I don't think so. Deku looking at All Might and scans him. I have a scanning ability he recently just acquired out of a dungeon. Where it was in the ocean and dolphins, so it's more or less like echolocation. But he will enhance it to a somewhat degree so he can more or less be like, he can tell like a scanning thing. So yeah. And well, he would ask All Might privacy when they are waiting for, well, Deku's turn, and I'll explain that later. Why does he have a wound? Then this would be a whisper. Him proceeding to say, how do you? And Deku saying, my quirk explains this. Well, quirk and saying he has a scanning ability. And him saying, oh, and just explaining how he got his injury. And yeah, and then also saying that Baku's successor. And Deku says, oh, well, he's gonna get second place and everything. Him taking his head, just saying, aren't you a little cocky? Deku proceeding to say, did you see what happened in the USJ? Him saying, yes, and him proceeding to say, that was all me. And a sweat drops come from All Might. And Riku's overhearing this, and she's just giggling to herself. They do ask why, and yeah, they just see a sweat drop coming from All Might. And they're like, what are they talking about? And yeah, now Deku would have, gone by towards, I don't know what I should do. They would have done the test. Now I'll explain how they got to that part. Because I want to explain that. Now, they would have, draw sticks. Now, seeing Ryuko's not a student, she's not in this, she's just watching, she's a bystander in this. But it would be the same. Bakugo, Ida versus, Deku or Izuku and, All Might finally saying Izuku Midoriya versus Ochako Uraka against Bakugo Katsuki and Ida Tenya. Him saying, Deku looking at, Bakugo saying, we'll talk later. And they would go off now, and everyone says, like, do they know each other? Not Ida, Todoroki would be thinking in his head, saying, they might know each other from the past. Because I don't know how Deku was. Now, y'all play Legends suicidal. Also, don't do that, y'all play Legends. Yeah. So, yeah. And, yeah. Now, obviously, Deku would have, well, gone in. Well, they would have obviously done that. Now, this would be the same of Deku having to get him and Uraka trying to get the whole, well, bomb on Bakugo and Ida to protect it. Now, Bakugo being a little smarter, they would. Bakugo saying he'll protect the entrance while Ida protects the bomb. Now, Ida would not be opposed to this, seeing he is technically guarding the bomb and just going outside to buy time. So yeah, no, Ida wouldn't per se just say, alright, good. Or alright, good luck. And yeah, now, him and Uraka, well, let's just say, go up, or I'll just say they go up the stairs. Then Bakugo hearing boom, 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 boom. In the hallway that does lead to the whole, well, what's it called? What's it called? The whole bomb area where Ida is. Yeah, it's down the hall, so it's not far away. Now, him proceeding to say, "Where were you, Deku? I thought you died." And everyone's like, "Died?" All am I looking at Ryuko? Ryuko just proceeding to say that that's his business. She's not saying what happened to him. All am I respecting Ryuko for why she's telling and saying it's not her secret to tell. So, yeah. And they would see. Bakugo proceeding to rant about, how'd you get so strong, Deku? I thought you died. Why didn't you come back? And yeah, no, well, Deku using 50% of his power. Sucker punching Bakugo through a wall, saying that felt good. And Bakugo saying, what happened to you, Deku? And before he can finish that word, boom! Another wall passes by him, asking him, proceeding to wince in pain, because his shoulder kind of got fractured. Or he's ripped. No, I'll just say Deku just hit his ribs. So yeah, and say, "Is okay? What happened to you?" And him saying, "I grew up." Punch him again, knocking him out. Now Uraka would have already, well, just proceed to hear the boom, 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 not hearing what Bakugo says or Deku. She's too far away because she's in another room. So yeah, but those, well, it is well loud enough to hear the booms of walls being broken. Well, yeah. Now, well, Ida would still do the whole, well, oh, I'm a villain acts, the whole that. I'm a villain, I'm acting like a villain, ha ha ha. While Uraka still giggles and Ida just says, you villain. Well, then, well, the whole fight goes around the same, but to the point of when she's about to run out of, you could say, rocks when she's using her no gravity. So, yeah, now, well, Deku would have, well, opened door casually, with Ida being too concerned about Uraka touching the bomb. Or, you know what, I'll screw it. He goes out the window, putting his blade into a wall, and, well, uses it at like a hooks, like he would just go up the wall, and well, a well, a impressed face has come about. I saw when he is seeing the recording because he is looking at the recordings after this, and he just thinks that's very clever. I might actually have a prodigy on my hands. And back to this. All right, now we would skip back to Deku's whole look. Now he would have obviously gone up, well, breaking a window, being to this. No, wait. Oh, I messed up. The only reason why Ochako has those. I'll just say. Never mind. Sorry, guys. I messed myself up. I will. I'll fix this. When oh, Ochako does still giggle, but since she has nothing around her, it's more hard. Though she does, well, learn, or she did, well, watch some videos on YouTube how to, well, fight and somewhat using karate or a grappling technique. So she would try to touch Buck or Ida. Her doing so, but realizing she just screwed up. Ida using his thrusters to more or less propel himself, but then hearing a hero team wins because Deku broke through the glass, while Ida was in the air. Now, he would have looked over, or tried to look over, then, well, using his rocket to kind of float over, or trying to turn slightly, seeing Deku holding the bomb with a, well, smile and waving at Ochako saying, I got it. And yeah, her saying, okay, with her own little smile. Now, well, you would hear a, what is she doing? Coming from Ryuko. Mina asking, aw, you're jealous. Everything to, well, say shut up, Mina. Mina shutting up because, well, she did that in the most terrifying way, saying shut up. So, yeah. Mina's like, damn, girl, you're scary. Now I understand why he likes you so much. So, yeah. They would have gone out with everyone, well, being praised of what they did is just more or less Deku being overpowered, won that battle. So, yeah. And they would go home that day with, well, Ryuko still thinking of chalk in her head, slightly gripping her hand. Deku would have, well, grabbed her hand and, well, put her into a kind of like holding hands, and she would have looked at Deku just doing his similar smile only Deku can do. She does calm down and he does ask what happened. Her just saying nothing, and him just saying, you were jealous, weren't you? Her blushing, saying, no, I wasn't. And yeah, Deku saying, sure. Now, they would have obviously gone home that day, just relaxed and cuddled in bed that night. So yeah. Now, I don't know what I should do now. The next day does go by with everyone going to midnight class. Now, this will be happening slightly earlier, but it's purely for their name's sake, because I want to... Or no, never mind. I'll just say the next day, when they are all talking at lunch, well, they hear a question of what their hero names are going to be. That, Kirishima saying, I'm going to name Red Riot. With, a Mina saying, that suits you. How does that, looking at Kirishima saying, oh yeah, you're a moron. No wonder it suits you. And you do hear a, hey, coming from Kirishima. With a also giggle coming from Mina. With more questions being named. Now, spoilers for Bakugo's hero name. His hero name is, just skip 5 seconds, Dynamite. So, yeah. And, well, Deku not really thinking about before he's saying, and does proceed to say, I actually don't know what my hero name would be. And he would ponder this quite a bit. Now, what should I give him as his hero name? I could probably switch this out later if I find a better idea, but what should it be? That has to be nice. What should I do? You know what? You guys decide. You guys text in the chat of what his hero name should be. I will go looking through them later, and I will, well, see if I can find one of your guys' comments. And yeah, but if you guys don't comment, I'll just make up one later. So yeah, now Deku would I proceed to say the hero name that he does think about, and everyone does think it's cool, and yeah. So do comment, people. I do wish to have his hero name. I can't think of one at the moment. So yeah. Now Deku would have, well, gone and I don't, what should I do? Gone and, well, the rest of the day, and yeah. Now I can I'm going to leave it off here for now, because I do need to figure out some things with the whole storyline. But I do hope you all understand how I was explaining the storyline. If I did mix it up a little bit,